Hey guys, welcome back to Summer Sweet Shop. I am Summer Deep. I'm so excited that you are here, and we are talking about something today that I'm super passionate about. I know I say that a lot, but I really mean that I love working smarter, not harder. And today we're talking about 3 ways that you can make more money with just one cookie set. If you are chasing after those custom orders, I know exactly what that was like. Felt like I was in that hamster wheel constantly of chasing those custom orders all the live long day. And I felt like I never could get out of that. It caused me to burn out. It caused me to lose my creativity, and it caused me to lose my profitability because I wasn't working smarter, not harder, and I was stuck in those custom orders. So today we're going to be talking about 3 different ways that you can change that. You can expand your profitability with just only using just like one cookie set. So when I started my business several years ago, I thought that custom cookies were the only way that I could earn money. I thought that it was only just trading time for money, that this is the product that I was giving a customer who would in return give me money for those products. And I would spend hours and hours and hours designing cookie sets, baking everything, decorating everything, packaging everything up. Only that led to burnout. It led to me not being creative. It led me to staying up late several nights a week. It led me to not being able to do the things that I wanted to do with my family or to go on outings because I was stuck in the kitchen doing these orders that I had agreed to do. And I was bending over backwards for these customers, and I was doing last minute changes, and it was very frustrating. And I knew at the time, I don't want to keep doing this, but I didn't know at the time, how do I get out of that? How do I get off of this hamster wheel? How do I get off of this treadmill that I've created for myself? And maybe that sounds really familiar for you today. Let me know in the comments below if that sounds familiar at all. Well, all of those things were happening, especially around the holidays in December. I remember it very, very clearly that it was December, which is the busiest time of the year for cookiers. And I knew that something had to change. I knew that I could not keep going the way I was doing. I knew that it was not sustainable and it wasn't healthy for me and my family. And it wasn't why I started a business in the beginning. That was not the goals that I had. It was not the vision I had for having this cookie business. And everything really changed when I realized, wait, I have these designs that I've worked on, I've curated together, and it wasn't about more orders, how I could get more orders in the door and how I could get more people, because I knew that I couldn't scale the workload that I already had. I couldn't make more cookies. I couldn't take on more orders. So what could I do? Well, I realized that I could be smarter with these sets that I was creating, these Halloween cookies that I was creating, these Christmas cookies that I was creating. I could be a lot smarter with that by I was using just that one set. What could I do differently than just having a custom set or just having one set that I was doing? I would purchase cookie cutters and use them one time for a cookie set. And I thought, oh, there goes that one back in the box that I'm never going to pick it up again. And I wanted to be smart about it, and I wanted to be able to scale. But again, I was one woman, one person. I couldn't take on more orders. So what could I do? And I didn't want to be working all the time, right? I didn't want to be working 24/7. Again, you're on that treadmill, you're on that hamster wheel, and it just feels like it's never ending. You feel like you created this like hamster wheel for yourself, and you're like, this is not why I created that. So today, like I said, we're going to be talking about the 3 easiest ways that you can do this too. And it's going to allow you to make more money without having to reinvent the wheel and really to redecorate the cookie every week, right? So number one easiest way is you're going to be able to teach a cookie class using this set. I love this idea, and I really started to take this into account, especially around the holidays, around fourth quarter with Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all of those things. I really said, hey, wait, like I already know these designs. I already had people asking me about how did you do that? How did you make polka dots on that cookie? And how did you add those details to that Santa Claus cookie? And so I knew that the interest was already there. I just had to create a system to be able to do that and to have a class where I could teach them how to do this. And so whether you want to teach a class in person or maybe you want to teach a class online, cookie classes became a game changer in my business. And I was already taking the existing sets that I was doing, and then I was able to turn it into step-by-step classes for beginners and for people that wanted to learn, hey, how are you doing that? Like I said, I would have these questions from people of how did you do that? Show me how you did that. Like, what steps did you take? And I said, I took those questions and said, I'm going to create a class with the set of cookies that I'm doing and be able to teach this to other people, be able to teach this to those people who are asking those questions. And people love learning how to decorate cookies. You don't have to be a master level cookier to teach it. You just have to have a good plan. You have to have a process of how you're going to teach that. I thought in the very beginning when I was going to teach, I thought I am not the best cookie decorator out there. I thought I'm going to teach myself out of a job because I'm going to teach these people and they're never going to order cookies from me again. And I had this fear of like, well, what if I don't even like teaching? And those were all fears, real fears that I had. But had I not said, you know what? I'm going to try this and see if I like it and see if it works. Had I not done that, I would have missed the biggest thing that happened in my business, the biggest transition that changed my business forever. And, you know, some of the pros with that is teaching a class is you're prepping them one time. You're not decorating the cookies because your students are decorating the cookies. You're just making the cookies for the demos and for the samples. It is fun and interactive. You get to be social. A lot of times, like we're stuck behind our kitchen counters, working, all of those things. And what I soon realized by teaching a class is I could have much higher profit margins than doing custom orders. And I said, yes, please. We'll have some more of that. You know, you have to think about that setup and planning. Like I said, in order to do a class, you just got to have a good plan and a good setup, and then you can be off to the races. You don't have to have a lot of fancy things. You can teach even right out of your home. You don't have to have a fancy venue or just spend a lot of money, which is fantastic. If you like sharing your skills and what you were doing, you're wanting to build that community of like-minded people around your cookies, teaching classes is the easiest way to do that. And I highly encourage you to take that step, put that on your calendar, and make that one of your goals to start teaching a cookie class. Easiest way, number 2, is to offer seasonal or holiday boxes. I love doing these in the holidays. I can decorate a tray of Christmas trees till the cows come home. It is my happy place. And some people, they don't like that. They want the custom sets that are a different cookie for each cookie that is in, a different design for each cookie that is in that set. I love to work in an assembly line. I love to be able to offer the same thing to a lot of people, and I'm able to produce that in a smarter way and not having to spend a lot of time and creating those those specialty designs. But you're taking that same set, you're able to make that maybe a limited time offer. So you're going to create that urgency during those holidays and seasons. I think about this like we were talking about with Halloween, is creating a couple offers that maybe it's a mini pack set, or maybe it's a 2-pack set of cookies, and you might have used 2 of those cookies, or those 2 cookies you might have used in a custom set where you can put them together because you know that your customer asked for that set, but there's probably a lot more customers out there that want those same type of options. They want those same cookie sets, and you're able to provide that for them. So you can label these as a grab and go gift box. These are great for teacher gifts. They're great for appreciation for service people in your life, whether that's the mail lady, the UPS driver, the helper at your school, whoever it is. These are great to do. And what I love about them is they're easy to batch these and prepare ahead of time. You're not running from custom order to custom order to custom order. You're able to batch these ahead of time. And like right now, you can prep like months ahead of Halloween and say, these are the things that I'm going to be offering for Halloween. So guess what? I can go ahead and make a bunch of these, put them away in the freezer, and know that you have gotten started and gotten ahead of the game, that you're not going to be stressed. You're not going to be worried. And guess what? You freeze them ahead of time, and you will have more time to decorate them, and you'll be able to produce more because you've started sooner. You're not having to worry about customization as much of names and things like that if you don't want to. Those are the things that really take a lot of time, is those customization, whether it's painting on a cookie, adding gold to a cookie, adding a name to a cookie, right? Those are the things that really add that time factor. So we're cutting down that time so that we are working smarter, not harder. And then create that urgency with them. Tell them, like, I'm only going to offer these for a certain amount of time. When they sell out, they sell out. There's only a limited quantity. Those are things that you can get your customers to get acquainted with, and it's going to help them to hit that buy button on your website. You don't have to have, you will need to have clear order deadlines. And so make sure that you have that. Make sure you're getting your packaging ready ahead of time. So again, that's something that you're working ahead and you're not waiting to the last minute. So you're able to produce more, which is going to be more income for your business. The third and final easiest way to make more money with that one set of cookies is to sell DIY kits. I love selling DIY kits. I remember back with the pandemic that when all of our custom orders got tanked and everyone was canceling their custom orders, they weren't having the parties, they weren't doing graduations, they weren't having showers. And it was those DIY kits that saved my business. And I remember making them for pizza sets. I remember making them for birthday sets. I remember making them for princesses. I remember making them for little boys with like pirates and construction. These are fantastic, and they have lived on as everything has gone back to normal, but they have lived on as things that customers love and they look for, especially around the holidays. And you think, I used to think, well, why would I offer anything at Halloween? When Halloween kind of and Christmas, you have lots of goodies and treats and sweets. Why would they want cookies? But I'm telling you, people do, because they need stuff to do with their kids. They want to be creative with them. Maybe that mom wants to sit down with her kids and decorate those cookies together, but she doesn't want to spend hours in the kitchen making all of those cookies, rolling them out, putting them in the oven, making all the icing. You make it so easy for her to come and purchase that cookie kit. You're going to deliver it to her, and she's going to be able to have a wonderful, fun experience with her kids, or she might just send them off and let them decorate them themselves. But these are great. These are so much fun for birthday parties. They're so much fun for the classroom. I've done several of these for my kids' classrooms, from preschool classes to even to my high schooler last year. I did them for his swim team, and they loved it. They had the best best time. And what I loved about it is I could make the kits. I gave them the instructions on a little printout and they had fun. And guess what? Like, I didn't have to stay and decorate with them. I didn't have to do anything. I'm just providing the kits for them. Check, check. I love this. This is great. They're happy. I'm happy. I've gotten paid for this. And this is a super fun activity and way that I could turn that one set of cookies, that one set of Halloween cookies, and I can make money from that set. It's really getting creative and saying, how can I do this? It's thinking outside the box of, I'm not going to just sell this one-off set of cookies. How can I make this even better? How can I use this as different ways? You're using them as gifts. You're teaching them as classes. You're teaching them, you're giving them as, or you're selling them as DIY kits. I love it. It's going to appeal to both kids. It's going to appeal to parents. And it's a really great way to build that passive income in your business. I encourage you, for every holiday at least, is to have a DIY kit that you are offering, a Halloween set. And it doesn't have to be 6 cookies. Maybe you want to pick 4 cookies that you're doing, or maybe you want to pick 5 cookies. I like 4 cookies. Keep it simple with your colors, 3 to 4 colors max that you are putting in there. And it's going to be a game changer for your customers. They're going to be looking for them for every holiday, saying, Summer, where's your Valentine's cookie sets? Where are your Christmas DIY cookie sets? I need those. I plan on those, and my kids look forward to them every time. Or maybe it's your family members. Maybe it's your aunts and uncles and your cousins who love to come together and decorate those. So fun. I love this idea. So don't forget those 3 ideas. You've got classes, you've got DIY kits, and you've got those holiday pre-orders. Which one do you like the most? I want you to tell me in the comments below, which one are you most excited about? I know that those wheels are turning in your head, and when you've got an idea and you're like, that's the one I want to try next, I want you to let me know, because I am super pumped, because I think this is going to be life-changing in your business. It's going to give you that creativity back. It's going to give you that excitement and that joy back, because I know that on that hamster wheel of custom orders, while they can be good money, you enjoy them, after a while, it gets to be a lot. And you're like, I don't know how much longer I want to do this. But you love decorating cookies at the same time. And I was there so many times that I thought, how can I do this? So I want you to look at these. I want you to look at your schedule, figure out what now, like before 4th quarter is right here upon us. I want you to think about what thing you are going to pick. Which one of these 3 easiest ways are you going to pick to try out for the next holiday season? I want you to let me know in the comments below. If you've ever thought about teaching classes, I want to tell you that I have a freebie for you guys. You can check it out below. I will put the link there for you guys, but it's all about your cookie class prep checklist. I will put it below, as well as the 3 easy ways to start teaching, to prep for your class. So make sure that you grab it below. It's going to help you if you've ever thought about teaching classes. It's going to give you a good jumping off point. Because if you're like me, I had no idea how to start teaching classes, what to do, what I needed, all of those things. It's going to help you to get started. So thanks so much, guys, for being here today. I hope that this was helpful, and I can't wait to see which one of these 3 easy ways are you going to try in your business next. Thanks so much, guys. I will see you guys next time. Bye.